Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to continue working on part 13 of this house build. Let's get started. So in the last video, we were able to finalize our design. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to create sheets. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to go to our project browser on the left hand side. And then here we have sheets. Right click on your sheet and then you can select new sheet, and at the moment we have A0 metric that is already loaded. If we click load, we'll be able to see that we have other title blocks, and as you can see we have different ones like A0 up to A4 metric. So now because we already have A0 already loaded right here, I'm just gonna select that and click OK. And as you can see, we have our title page and title block. And then now here, what you can put is you can put the owner, ACD, project name, house, and then you can even change the author right here, drawn by is ACD, checked by ACD, and then designed by ACD, approved by ACD. So all of those information will be added right here. We do have a project number right here, so you can even select this is project number 2023, and then 23 dash, we can put 1111. So something like that you can refer to as your project number. And then the way the issue date is when you have right here under view, you can do revisions as well. Issue date is where you set the date to be issued. So here 2023-11-03, and then you can change this to, we could start off at 000, and that will be our project title or product title sheet. So at least everybody knows that this is the start. And what I usually do is we already have two 3D views that we created before, and this is the one that we want, and we will be able to add it to our project title sheet. But instead of 3D, what I usually do is I do go to view and render it. The reason that I render it is so that I could make the first, of course, aesthetic. You want to be rendered so that you can see how it looks, and second, so that you can maximize the size of it on our Revit sheet. So now what we could do is go to view and then click on render. We're just gonna render a draft of it. And as you can see here, we have different kinds of setting under quality. And of course, if you do the best or custom, those will take a while. So here, I'm just going to choose draft so that I can show you guys how I do it. You can change the scheme here. So exterior sun only. You can put artificial, or you can put both. So here, I'm just going to leave sun only. And then you can change the exposure. Usually what I do is I render it first. So once you render that, once you have the rendered finish, I usually adjust the exposure from there. So I render first and then adjust exposure afterwards. So here we're just gonna wait for it because it's very fast, and as you can see, it's done already. So usually once I finish the rendering, uh, I do set sometimes the proper um, materials from Revit, but because I like everything to be on a different material, that's why I set um, like random ones. So now here I'm just gonna adjust the exposure, and as you can see, you can make it brighter or darker depending on what you want. You can click apply, and then it will definitely be instant, and then you can change all the shadowings and all those stuff. So it's up to you to decide. And what if you don't like what it looks like now? You can always reset it afterwards. So here I'm just gonna leave that, press OK, and then I'm gonna save it to our project. Once we save this to our project, we will have something right here that is renderings. So it will create a rendering. You can change the name next, and then under renderings we have this one, and that's usually what I drop right here, and then I put no title on it, and you can double click it to make it bigger. Because if you just add like the 3D view similar to this, so I'm just gonna create an example right here. The problem with this is that you cannot double click it and make it bigger. You can increase the width, but it only increased the width of this one, of your view range, but not the actual image. So that's one of the reason why I use rendering when I'm doing this. So I added the rendering right here, and then most of the time you put different kinds of schedules right here. So now I'm going to add the drawing list. So usually I create a schedule, right click on it, and then new sheet list. Here what I want to show is I want to show the sheet number first, click it going to the right, and then sheet name afterwards, and then I press OK, and it will create my or sheet list, drawing list. So now you go right here and then drag it to this corner right here. Of course, it's not looking good yet, so you can basically edit the way it looks. So what you can do is double click right here. You can edit. So we're gonna add the way it looks. So usually the appearance. I don't want this blank row before the data, so I'm gonna uncheck that. And then here I'm gonna show the title, show the header. You can uncheck that, and what will happen is the header won't be showing anymore. So at least you have a lot of things that you can change here, but usually title text, which is the one at the top earlier, would be, I'm gonna increase the size on that. And then here I'm going to use 7, and then for the body is this one, I'm gonna use 5. And here we could put drawing list. And then now we can see the way it looks. We can maximize the size on those so that everything is aligned. And then the drawing list, um, will be automatic. So if ever we create another sheet, which we're gonna do, so I'm gonna create another sheet. If you notice, it will create another one. So click new sheet and then press OK. And then now, if you go back right here, it will create that sheet. So now, if you notice as well, we started at A000. Now, Revit recognized the sequencing. And as you can see, it will be A001 now. So right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create multiple empty sheet of sheet list, and then we're going to change the names. As you can see, you can always change it right here as well, or change it right here. So those are the two options that you have. For me, I'm gonna first create all caps first floor, and then second floor, and then we have elevation, elevation. So now what we could create first is we already have the project title sheet or drawing list. Let's go to our first floor, and then what we can do is we could drag level 1. Once you drag level 1, as you can see, it's very small, and the view size is big as well. So what I usually do is I delete it first again, go to level 1, and we're going to change the scale. By changing the scale, you'll be able to make it look big. So here I'm gonna make it big like that, and as you can see, we have a bigger size right here that we're going to fix. So we're gonna fix that by going back to level 1 again, and then going to our properties, and then right here under properties, what I usually do is check crop view, crop region visible, and then annotation crop. Click apply, and then here we'll be able to select that and then minimize the size so that it fits our drawing. As you can see, that's good enough for me. We have everything like that, and then now once we drag it to our sheet, it looks much better right there. So now if you notice, we have level 1 here. We call it level 1, but we name this as first floor. So you can change the name here, but usually I don't want to change the floor plan names of level 1 right here. What you can do is you can either change it right here or change it right here, or just make this a different one on your title. So for me, I'm going to make this one first floor, and then click apply. And as you notice, it did change right here, but it never changed here. So that's what I want. So before we drop in our level 2 or our second floor, what we're gonna do is we're going to fix it first. So similar to what we did to our first floor, we could just go 1:50, go to our properties, check all of them, fix the size, and then after that you can also uncheck this so that it's not visible on your part, all those if you notice right here on our first floor, this is still visible, but once you print this, nothing will be there. It's like a def point, so it's just showing for your sake. It's not basically going to be shown. But if you want, you could go right here and then uncheck this crop region visible. So now this is the same thing that you're gonna see once you print your drawing. So usually if you want a border right there, you go to annotation and you go to detailed, and then you choose thin line, and then you do your spacing right here like that. What I like and what my company likes is something like this. We put our title line right here and we do it like this. So just in the corner, and then we have spacing, but this is, I know this is milliliters, so we put 10 and then 10. You can also use this one and then just put 10. So it's easier way to do it. So I'm just giving you some pointers so that you can do it in real life, or if you get a job, you'll be able to add all this easily. So now I'm just going to center it a bit and then put it somewhere like that. And it looks much nicer to have that border lines. So now if we go to second floor, you could drag and drop this one. We already fixed this. Another trick I do is I use tab to select all of this, control C, and then go to second floor and then control V. And then here I'm just going to add the border line so that I don't need to recreate that. And as you can see, it's still too big for this space, but something that it's easier for you to maneuver right there. So now you can just move this one right there, and then here we could just put it in that corner. And the way you edit this one, but before we do that, we need to change the name here. I don't want second level 2, I want second floor. Click right here on the side and then click apply. And then for you to edit this, you need to press escape first, select the view, and then you'll be able to grab this line. After that, let's go and add our elevation. So let's go to our elevation. I know we're going to change our scaling, but usually double check it first. Here it's too small, so now definitely we're going to edit. So before you do that, go to elevation ease again. Here, increase the scale to 1:50, so it's going to be bigger now. Go to your properties on your left side and then check crop view, crop region visible, and annotation crop. And then here, just grab those and then grab those as well. And then after you're done, uncheck that, and then you'll be able to just drag and drop right here, and it fit nicely. So now we're gonna do the same thing on our north elevation, and then here we can do apply, and then grab those, and then just uncheck it afterwards, and then drag and drop north, and there you go. So now, before we go to other elevation, let's just crop all of those and then change the scale so that we could just keep on dragging and dropping. And then uncheck this, and then go to west as well. 1:50. Crop all of this, and fix all of this, and then uncheck this one in the middle. And then now we're just ready to drag and drop our elevation. It's also up to you if you want to make it similar like this. So I'm gonna copy, and then I'm just going to paste this first. Click finish. Here we can now select that. We can fix it going right here on this side, and then just fixing everything. And then now we could just copy CEO, grab it like that, put it there first, and then let's just increase it. It's much better to make it all same, especially this one as well, because those are noticeable, to make everything look professional. Then you can always move everything all together. So now that we've finished this one as well, what I'm gonna do, so here we can also move this one in the center so that it doesn't look like it's there, and then as you can see, it will align it to the ones below so that everything is aligned. What I'm gonna do again is click on tab, select that, and then click tab again, and then before I select, I hold on control and then select with my mouse. Click Control C, and then go to my elevation, Control V. I'm basically copying the lines again, and click finish. I move this one right here, and because this is a bit bigger, I'm just going to fix that. And then most of the time I put it more in the middle, and then just adjust everything else. So now once we print that, it will look nice. Also, I want to teach is when you're adding general notes or keynotes, what you can do is you can use legend. I'm not gonna do schedule on that because the schedule, you can only add it once. But here, if you do it in Legends, you'll be able to add multiple. So here, you can always see we have Keynote Legends, Keynote Value, and Keynote Text. But here, I rather have, or I want it to have, or I want to manipulate it. So here, for example, I'm going to create, so I'm just going to delete this, a general note. Just legend number, or you can put it general note. Notes. Scale is 1:100. Press OK. And then here, click on text. Always use 2.5 if it's millimeters. And then I believe 30 or 32 if it's metric. Sorry, it's 2.5 for millimeters and metric. So here I'm just going to create general notes. And then what I usually do is I'm gonna add number 1, tab, and then put all your notes. This is a sample general notes. Please see me after school. So I'm just creating some text. My girlfriend's friend birthday is on November 7. So something like that. And I fix the way it looks, something like this. And then what I do afterwards is click on tab on those. So different companies have different standards. So I'm just showing you the standard that we create on my company, and we do it like this. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to, for example, elevation. I'm going to drag and drop my general notes, and then remove no title. Remove the title there. Usually I go and just align it at the top. So 10 and then 10, and then I move it right here, and then this is something that you cannot go really exact, but you can just wing it like that. So something like this. This is the way we do general notes. And then the good thing about this is when you create it in Legend, you'll be able to add it similar to the other elevation. So I'm gonna copy this and then going to elevation again, and then just add it. And another good thing about this is if you create or if you change something, so for example, if you add another one, you add another gen notes, it will also appear on the other sheet. And then you just need to click on tab and then expand that. And then if we check our elevation 3 and 4, as you can see, we have those one added instantly because everything is connected. So basically, if you can do that on your general notes for elevation 1, and then this will be elevation 2. You can put another one. You can also duplicate with detail. This will be for general notes for the first floor, so that's a different one. And then another one, duplicate view with detail. This is for second floor. So it's up to you to decide. At least you know how to create it now, and then you could just add it like that. And then on the second one, add this one as well. So if you know that you have multiple sheets that have the same general notes and keynotes, I suggest that you create it under legends, so that everything will be instant. You don't need to keep on creating general notes here and then keep on adding it on the other sheets. So just a simple way of doing this. It will be efficient for you. So now I'm gonna show you how to print this. Let's see if because on a newer one we have an export PDF here, but as you can see, because this is an older Revit, we don't have it yet. So we're just gonna do the old school way. So before we do anything else, click on save and then click on the print. So Control P as well. Here we have combine. Make sure it's under combine. Click right here and then click it back there, or else you will print everything separate. So might as well make sure everything is combined, because once you select this view, it will automatically go to create separate file. Here we have default. You'll choose your sizing here, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. Make sure it's vectored and then it's offset. So actually just make it centered right here and then zoom 100%. So everything will be proper. And then make sure it's vector and then landscape. And then here you select, uncheck views, and then you can check all. This is all our sheets right here. You can save this. So save as, you can put full set, because right now our sample it's just multiple sheets, but in real life sometimes you get like 40 or more sheets. So a big project, you can have it like that. And then it's when you're creating revisions, it's easier to create a revision and save as on those ones, so that it's already preset. You can just keep on printing, and then you can always add and you can always update the full set. For example, if I don't want this one to be in my full set, I can click uncheck that and then click save. But obviously full set is full set, everything should be checked. I'm gonna save that, and then I'm just gonna print OK and then OK. And then we just need to select desktop and then save file name, say print output house, and then click save. and then let's wait for it to finish. And then once it's finished, I'm gonna open it and I'm gonna show you how it looks. Right now, I think we messed up with the print. So here I'm just going to set it to A0. So let's go to tabloid, paper centered, and then let's try it again. So now just print it again. Just put it back to fit the page, and then just print it. And as you can see, we have our printout, and with the border it looks nicer. Here's our elevation with general notes, and then right here as well. So we're gonna stop here for now and continue in the next video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you liked the video. Please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below.